You know what? Says you're in a car. Can I dare you to do something? Can you honk your horn?
Oh no. Let's see. Yeah,
I'm kidding. No, it's fine.
I was about to do it. I was actually gonna do it.
Welcome to PopWire. My name is Rowell. Today we are joined by Kingston Rumi Southwick from the Apple TV Plus series Presumed Innocent. Kingston, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm very good today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I want to congratulate you on Presumed Innocent. Not only is this your first series, but it's a pretty big one. Not only does the series star Jake Gyllenhaal, but he executive produces alongside big names such as David E. Kelley and J.J. Abrams. So this is such a high-profile project, so congratulations.
Thank you.
You are an accomplished musician who plays guitar and piano, and you've also been a competitive baseball player. How did acting come into your life, and when was the moment you realized that this was something you'd like to pursue as a career?
God, that was a great question. Yeah, I've always played music, and like that has been a huge part of my life. And baseball has been a love of mine forever. I was in a public high school for baseball. We were D1, D2 around there, and I loved it. That was my life. And I had always loved acting. Both my parents, my mom is a producer, and my dad used to be an actor and an acting coach, and so I kind of grew up around it. And grew up in LA, so that was all around me, and I loved it so much. And I always loved to create. And so with whatever it was, I would create short films with friends or do little plays here and there. Whatever I could get near acting, I could, I would, I wanted to. And I signed to an agency, and I had auditioned for a couple little things, and then I auditioned for Presumed Innocent, and I booked it, and I had to leave public high school and go to an online school and shoot for 6 months, and it completely changed the trajectory of my entire life in the best way possible. And I am so excited for everyone to see all the hard work everyone's put into it.
In Presumed Innocent, you play Kyle Savage, the son
Yes.
of Deputy Prosecutor Rusty Savage, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. What can you tell us about your character and his relationship with his family?
Yes. So Kyle Savage is about 15 years old in the show, and he is a baseball nerd, absolutely, just like I am. And his relationship with his parents is amazing. I love my dad. I love my mom. I love my sister. And through those hard times, which will be shown in the show, with not only a murder of one of my dad's coworkers, but emotional of everything. And showing that in the show is a very beautiful thing. But it is, I mean, with whatever it is, a kid growing up and kind of wanting to rebel a little bit and wanting to have his independence and wanting to show his own colors and his own emotions and to kind of break away from his family, but also loving them and wanting them to succeed or whatever it is. And it hurts to see stuff like this happen to my family, or the things that my mom has to go through, or whatever it is. And so he's a very caring kid, and he's a very smart kid because he grew up with these a very smart lawyer and a very creative mother and a very smart sister. And he's a very good kid, but he also wants to show himself a little bit and be a little bit independent, but loves his parents and wants to show that. And so you'll get a mix of both worlds of breaking free and loving them, because that's, I feel like, what we all love, to show both sides of everything in a movie or a show.
Presumed Innocent takes viewers on a gripping journey through the horrific murder that upends the Chicago prosecuting attorney's office when one of its own is suspected of the crime. The series explores obsession, sex, politics, and the power and limits of love as the accused fights to hold his family and marriage together. So you kind of answered this, my next question. I want to ask you what the show is about, but with a twist. If the exact same show was told from your character's perspective, Kyle's perspective, what would you say the show is about?
Wow, that's a very good question. I'd have to think about that. Kyle is very smart, just like his sister, and he grew up with very smart parents and stuff, so he understands what's happening, and he watches the news and he sees everything. He's not a stupid kid, and so I feel like him figuring out, wow, this is happening to my parents. This is something I'm gonna have to break away from, and to see kind of, I feel like seeing my dad kind of break a promise or lie to me in a certain way, breaks down everything that he's taught me, about trust and about love and about things. And so it's like, wow, that's a blow. I can't believe, or like, I can't really trust what he says about that. So I kind of have to break away and figure that out for myself, and rebuild that in a way of rebuild how I trust people and how I love people and how I kind of see that. I feel like the story would be Kyle figuring out how to compartmentalize everything that's happening while still being a kind of trying to be a grown up, like, I've got this, I'm okay, I'll be okay, and there's a lot of twists and a lot of things in the show that you will watch and that will definitely add on to what I'm saying, but I feel like it's him figuring out how to cope with this himself, and how that could make him crazy, or how that can make him wanting of a different type of love, or wanting a family that is more like other families, So that's a good question. Yeah, you guys will watch the show and you guys will see everyone's perspective and everyone's ideas on that. So if you're watching, think about it. What would Kyle think?
Hey, I'm Danya Cash from the movie Slay, and my question for you is, in your real life, what do you slay at on a daily basis?
Really good question, Danya. I think I slay at I guess putting everyone in a good mood. I'm always there to, if anyone has like a little problem, or if anyone kind of wants to get a little laugh, I'm always there. I always love to cheer everyone up, and I think I'm pretty good at it. I think I'm pretty good at it. But great question. That's a really, really good question.
So then with that answer, I'm kind of curious now, were you like the fun person on set, like a jokester or whatever? Do you play any kind of prank on set?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's very much like, I mean, any set that you're on, you're a family, you work with these people, especially this show. It was 6 months we were together. And so everybody on the show is my family. And I was, in all the scenes that I was in, I was basically the only kid there. There's some other kids in the show who were very talented, are also amazing, but I never really had any scenes with them. And so whenever I was on set, everyone was kind of like more about, oh, there's like a kid on set, and like we could have some fun. And so I would always make jokes, and I would always like funny faces to the camera and stuff. And like, this is my first time, like I gotta have a good time, And so I definitely made it a good time, and we'd joke with people, and I bring the guitars to set and play, and it was very fun. What I remember mostly was because I had to do school during set. I had to do PE for like school, and so I'd bring either a soccer ball or a football or something, and I'd have people play with me. And so the most wonderful, coolest person ever, Peter Sarsgaard, would come out and he'd play soccer with me all the time. And Renata Renslave, who is just phenomenal in this show, a phenomenal person too. She would always rise into the challenge and would be literally in full makeup and everything, and take her shoes off and then start playing football with me. Like, it was very fun. So I definitely think that we all had a very good time on set with stuff like that.
And you said you made faces to the camera. So then does that mean look out for you in the blooper reel or something?
I hope so. I don't know if they have bloopers, but yeah, we have some fun takes. I have dying laughing with Chase and with Rooms. It's very fun. So yeah. Because the show is very serious. It's very serious and it's very dramatic. And so we all wanted to kind of like just have fun, because it was so like,
Yeah.
But it was yeah. I hope they have bloopers, because we have some laughing moments for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. For like a serious show like this, I think it's great to, between takes have a little fun.
Yeah.
It can stress you out. You don't want to take any other energy home, so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, Thank you.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, you play Rusty's son on Presumed Innocent. What was it like to work with Academy Award nominee Jake Gyllenhaal? And did working with him teach you anything about the industry that you can take with you on your upcoming projects?
Absolutely. I mean, Jake was a teddy bear. He was the sweetest person on set. But everyone was so sweet. Ruth, Peter, Renata, everyone was amazing. But Jake was a very workaholic person. You know, he loved his work and he loved to outwork himself. And so he taught me, if you work hard enough, you can make any job look very easy. And I really appreciate all his kind of tips and tricks and everything that he taught me. And he was always a very calm person when we were doing a certain scene. If I wanted to kind of bring it this way or bring a scene to a point, he was always like, okay, let's try it like this. Let's figure it out, you know? And I really, really appreciated his help and his advice. And he was an amazing first person to work with, you know, masterclass.
Aside from the big names attached to this series, like Jake Gyllenhaal and J.J. David E. Kelly, why would you say people should be tuning in and streaming this series when it comes out?
Yeah, well, this series is a very, I feel like, realistic to connect to. You know, even watching it as an actor in it, you know, you connect to these characters and their emotions and their wants and their needs and their desires and their anger and stuff. And I think everyone's so amazing on the cast that it doesn't matter if they are huge names. It just matters on the way that they connected to an audience. And we always thought about, how's the audience going to take this? How's the audience going to take if we do this or if we do that? And so I feel like besides the names, besides everything, it's the way that we made it for you guys. It's the way that we made it for everyone watching. And I feel like you all are going to very connect to it and be excited and absolutely in the drama right there with us.
Awesome. Again, your first series, this is such a big, high-profile project. So essentially hit the jackpot with this gig.
It's super.
And what would you say to young aspiring actors? You know, you said that you were 15 and you were playing a 15-year-old. What would you say to young aspiring actors who want to make it in the business?
Work very hard and love what you do, because if you don't love what you do and you feel like it's work, or if you're not obsessed, don't do it, because this is something that we all love and it's a collective thing. And if you love to create and if you love to be on set and be with these people, you are going to make it no matter what. You know, you're gonna find a way to create something, even if it's a little short film with your friends. No matter what you do, if you love it, if you're obsessed with it, and you love to connect to people and love to create art, you're going to find a way.
And then finally, you have another project coming up on another streaming platform. Can you tell us about that?
I don't know if I could talk much about that. I don't want to get canceled or anything.
What?
But all I can say is that it was an amazing experience working on set. That will come out soon. Hopefully, maybe in the future, I PopWire interview again, and I can talk more about it. But very exciting. We worked very hard on it, and I'm excited for you guys.
Awesome. You can catch Kingston Rumi Southwick on the limited series Presumed Innocent, streaming on Apple TV Plus on June 12th. Thank you so much, Kingston, for taking the time with us. It was such a pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you so much. Very, very, very much appreciate this.
Well, hug your horn.
There you go.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.